It's been months, maybe a year now. They're still not calling, still not choosing you, and yet they live in your mind like they never left. You ask yourself, why does this happen? Why is it so hard to let go of someone who already let go of you? Obsession is often a grief in disguise. Grief for the person, grief for what could have been, grief for the version of you that was deeply, deeply open and got hurt. At Psych2Go, our mission is to explore the hidden corners of the human mind and heart, helping you understand yourself better, heal emotionally, and feel less alone in what you're going through. So, if you've been feeling stuck in this loop for months or even a year, let's take a deeper look at how this kind of mental obsession forms and what it slowly takes from you if you don't learn how to break free. You've tied your worth to their attention. Maybe their validation made you feel special in a way no one else could. And when it stopped, it didn't just hurt, it shattered something inside you. You begin to internalize their actions, thinking that if they're not showing interest, it must mean you're not enough. So now you find yourself chasing their ghost, hoping it'll make you feel whole again. But the truth is, your worth was never meant to be measured by someone else's presence or absence. Letting go of this attachment isn't about forgetting them, it's about remembering yourself. It's about reclaiming your own value and realizing that you are already enough, no matter what someone chooses to give or withhold. Your worth is inherent. No one else can define it for you. Emotional attachment. You're not just attached to the person, you're attached to the emotional experience you had with them. Maybe they showed up during a vulnerable time in your life or gave you a kind of comfort and understanding that felt rare. They made you feel safe, seen, emotionally alive. And when that bond is broken, it can feel like you're losing a part of yourself. But staying emotionally tied to someone who's no longer present keeps you stuck in the past. Healing begins when you learn to give yourself the emotional nourishment you once looked for in them. Letting go doesn't mean erasing what you felt. It means honoring it and choosing yourself anyway. You're in love with the fantasy, not the person. Sometimes we don't miss them, we miss the version of them we created in our minds. Obsession thrives when you're chasing a version of someone that never really existed, or a fantasy you wanted so badly to be real. But most of all, it grows when something inside you, your sense of self-worth, your emotional security, your need for connection feels out of reach. That's why letting go isn't just about moving on from them, it's about gently coming home to you. You constantly look for signs they're thinking of you too. You're all over their social media, watching every story, checking when they're online, trying to decode the meaning behind every post. Was that quote about you? Did they post that song because they're thinking of you? You start reading between the lines, hoping to find a hidden message that confirms they still care. You look for signs because you want reassurance. You're still tied to them energetically. But real connection doesn't need decoding. It's clear, consistent, and mutual. The moment you stop searching for signs is the moment you begin to create space for peace. You're still holding out for closure. You replay the last conversation over and over, hoping for something, anything that would make it all make sense. Maybe they ghosted you, left things unfinished, and now you're stuck in limbo, hoping they'll come back to give you the closure you deserve. The kind of closure you're waiting for may never come. And even if it did, it probably wouldn't heal the way you expect it to. Closure isn't something someone else gives you. It's something you create within yourself. You give yourself closure when you accept what happened, even if you don't understand it. You give yourself closure when you decide that your healing is more important than the explanation. The longer you wait for them to close the door, the longer you keep yourself from walking through a new one. You've romanticized the good and forgotten the hard parts. You remember the laughter, the chemistry, the spark, but you forget the anxiety, the silence, or how one-sided things really felt. How about you make a 2-column list, fantasy versus reality, not to shame yourself, but to lovingly remind your heart of the full truth. Healing begins with honesty. You compare everyone new to them. Every time you meet someone new, you measure them against the person you're still stuck on. Maybe you tell yourself that no one else has their charm, their voice, the way they made you feel seen. But what if what you're holding on to wasn't them, but the idea of them? It's okay to value what you shared, but don't let it blind you to new possibilities. The right person won't just remind you of them, they'll show up in a way that's real, mutual, and grounded in the present. Open your heart to something new, not just something familiar. Familiar doesn't always mean right. Sometimes it means unhealed. So if you're stuck obsessing over someone, no, you're not crazy. You're not weak. It just means you loved deeply. It means you felt something real. But real love, the kind that heals, begins with you. Take a breath. You've carried this weight for so long. You deserve peace, not just from them, but from the version of you that had to hold on so tightly to begin with. You don't have to forget them overnight. Be patient with yourself as you let go of the obsession. And one day you'll look back and realize that this was the moment you came home to yourself. You deserve a love that is mutual, certain, and safe. And if this video helped you in any way, this is a personal message from the writer of the script. Hi, my name is Ani. I wrote this from my own ongoing struggle. Right now, I'm grieving my boyfriend. I loved him so much. He was fun, charming, and incredibly sweet. But over time, I started feeling disrespected, especially by how he spoke to me. So I made a choice to leave. It wasn't easy. Not a day goes by that I don't miss him. Sometimes I just want to call and hear his voice again, but I remind myself of why I left. Because as much as I loved him, I deserve more than a love that hurts. I deserve more than charm. I deserve respect. When the urge hits to call him, I take a walk. I journal. I cry if I need to, but I don't go back. I found that simple actions like playing my favorite song, stepping outside for air, or texting a friend help me ride the wave. And slowly, moment by moment, it gets easier. So if you're struggling with obsession right now, please know that you're not alone. All the feelings you're having, they're valid. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with anyone who might need it. And we'll see you next time. Have you ever felt a love so intense it consumes you? The thought of them takes over your mind and you'd give up everything just for a moment with them. Everything they do affects your mood. But is it love or is it obsession? And why does this happen? In our previous video on the stages of obsessive love, many of you shared your stories. Our goal today is to let you know that it's not your fault if you feel this type of attachment. Your brain is changing in ways that make it hard to get a grip on your emotions. We're wired for connection because it's crucial for our survival and well-being, but when our brain goes into overdrive, it's often due to excess chemicals like dopamine or oxytocin, leading to obsessive thoughts and behaviors as our brain tries to maintain that intense connection. So in this video, we'll dive into the science behind why this happens, how it affects you, and what you can do about it. Dopamine. First comes dopamine, a hormone involved in your brain's reward system. It plays a crucial role in the thrill of falling in love. When you first meet someone special, your brain releases a surge of dopamine, making you feel euphoric and alive. Suddenly, everything about them feels like a reward. Their smile, the sound of their voice, or even a simple text message, all of it triggers a dopamine release. As time goes on, that initial high turns into a serious craving. This happens because your brain learns to link their attention and presence with feeling good, making you desire more of that rewarding feeling. If you don't hear from them for a hot minute, you might feel anxiety creeping in. Your mind races with thoughts like, are they ghosting me? Did I say something wrong? The need for their attention becomes an addiction. This is called reward learning, and it's exactly what leads you to obsessively crave your special person. and what makes you feel so lost without them. Oxytocin. As you share sweet moments, oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone, deepens emotional bonds. When you share physical closeness like cuddling, holding hands, or just binge watching a show together, oxytocin levels rise, flooding your brain with feelings of warmth and safety. But with high levels of oxytocin, the fear of separation grows, and that emotional bond becomes hard to break. You might start to feel anxious when you're apart, wondering, what are they doing? Are they with someone else? This fear can lead to clingy or needy behaviors like double texting or constantly checking if they've seen your messages. The thought of separation can feel unbearable, and you may become dependent and anxiously attached to them. Testosterone. Next, testosterone levels rise. This is a hormone linked to sexual desire and aggression. When testosterone levels are high, you may find yourself feeling passionate and incredibly attracted to them. At the same time, testosterone stirs up competitive feelings, making you want to grab all of their attention and keep others at bay. It also creates a sense of possessiveness, leading to feelings of jealousy. Someone else sliding into their DMs? Not a chance. This intensity can make you feel overly protective and even lead to some controlling behaviors. Cortisol. These emotional roller coasters increase the release of cortisol, the stress hormone. When your love becomes obsessive, cortisol spikes, leading to intense stress. You constantly worry about your partner's feelings or the future of the relationship, and it can lead to sleepless nights filled with racing thoughts. Then your body might respond to this chronic stress with physical symptoms like tension headaches or nausea. You end up in a never-ending loop of fearing rejection and abandonment. And as time goes on, these insecurities may even start to overshadow the love you had for them at the beginning. Serotonin. Serotonin, another feel-good hormone, also plays a role in your feelings. When love turns obsessive, serotonin levels drop significantly. This decrease is similar to what happens in individuals with obsessive-compulsive disorder. This might explain why those experiencing obsessive love often have similar patterns of intrusive, repetitive thoughts. Are they even into me? Am I good enough? Their texting seems off. Are they mad? Your brain becomes locked in a pattern of overanalyzing every interaction and interpreting every action as either a positive or negative signal. And instead of warm and cozy, the love you feel becomes exhausting. So, what do? If obsessive love has you feeling overwhelmed, there are ways to help yourself. First, try mindfulness techniques like deep breathing or meditation to calm those racing thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking, I can't live without them, flip it into, I am enough just as I am. Focus on your own hobbies and friendships, as nurturing your own interests can help you feel more balanced and less dependent on your partner or crush for happiness. And if things feel too heavy to handle alone, don't hesitate to reach out to a therapist. Talking to someone can provide support and help you find healthier ways to love. Do you feel like you're stuck in a cycle of obsessive love? Check out this video if you're unsure. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and by working on yourself, you can transform your obsession into a beautiful, pure, and calming love, the kind you truly deserve. We hope our videos and community can support you along the way. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourself.
If you clicked this video, you've probably found yourself thinking about someone 24/7, doing everything you can to be close to them, and feeling like you can't live without them, or maybe been on the receiving end of this and are curious. Obsessive love can feel intense, overwhelming, and all-consuming. But what does psychology have to say about it? Here are 7 fascinating facts that will make you think twice about this powerful emotion. Obsessive love looks like... Obsessive love is when someone becomes fixated on another person in an unhealthy way. It's more than just having a crush. It's an intense focus that can lead to harmful thoughts and behaviors. Some people refer to this as obsessive love disorder, OLD, but it's not officially recognized as a mental illness by most clinicians. However, describing these intense feelings and actions as obsessive love can be helpful, as they often overlap with symptoms of other mental health issues such as insecure attachment, childhood attachment disorders, erotomania, and borderline personality disorder. How to spot obsessive love. If you're wondering if you or someone you know might be experiencing obsessive love, here are some common signs. Constant thoughts. You can't stop thinking about the person, no matter what. Needing constant contact. You feel the need to be in touch with them all the time. Jealousy. You feel possessive and jealous, even without a reason. Controlling. You might try to control their actions or thoughts. Worrying about safety. You're overly concerned about their safety to the point of obsession. Ignoring boundaries. You might overstep personal boundaries or disregard their privacy. Sensitivity to rejection. Any negative feedback or lack of attention feels devastating. Difficulty with rejection. It's hard to accept when they say no or don't return your feelings. Monitoring behavior. You keep tabs on their whereabouts, communications, or actions. Invading space. You might invade their personal space, physically or emotionally. Love and other drugs. When you're obsessively in love, your brain is actually undergoing chemical changes. According to the experts at Medical News Today, the same brain regions that light up during addiction also activate when you're deeply infatuated. Feel-good hormones like dopamine and serotonin spike, making you feel euphoric when you think about or see your love interest. But so does your cortisol, the stress hormone, at the slightest worry, like if they don't text you back right away. This chemical cocktail is why obsessive love can feel so exhilarating and so hard to let go of. You can't help but chase the high and avoid the lows of obsessive love. It's not just about the person. Obsessive love isn't always about the person you're obsessed with. Sometimes it's more about what they symbolize in your life. They might represent a sense of security, happiness, or even an escape from your own problems. For example, if you're feeling lost or lonely, you might latch onto someone else who seems to have everything you want, believing they can fill the void in your life. But in reality, no one person can solve all your problems. By reflecting on why you're so fixated on them, you can uncover deeper issues and start working on them. Self-esteem plays a role. People with low self-esteem often struggle with feeling unworthy of love, which can make them more prone to obsessive love. They might constantly seek validation from their partner, trying to prove to themselves that they are lovable. This need for constant reassurance can turn into an unhealthy fixation, where their entire self-worth hinges on the other person's approval. It's a tough cycle because the more they depend on someone else for validation, the less confident they feel in their own worth. Attachment styles matter. Did you know that the way you attach to people can be traced back to your childhood? According to a study by Honari and Saremi, people with what's called an ambivalent insecure attachment style are more likely to experience obsessive love. So what does this mean? If you have this attachment style, you might rely heavily on others because of inconsistent care during childhood. This can make you worry a lot about whether your relationships are secure, leading to clingy or possessive behavior. You might have a hard time being alone and often look for constant reassurance from your partner. This can show up as being overly affectionate in public or feeling jealous and suspicious easily. Remember, understanding your attachment style can help you learn how to build healthier relationships. It's all about recognizing patterns and making choices that help you grow and feel secure. Rejection makes the heart grow fonder. People with obsessive love might believe there's a special connection with the person they're fixated on, even if that person doesn't feel the same way or doesn't even know they exist. According to a study by Dr. Lucinda Mitchell, this can happen even after clear rejection or multiple instances of infidelity, making it hard to move on. Healing is possible. If you're struggling with obsessive love, know that healing is possible. Therapy can help you understand your emotions, develop healthier relationship patterns, and improve your self-esteem. Journaling, mindfulness, and self-care are also powerful tools for managing intense feelings and finding balance. Obsessive love can be a sign of a serious mental health issue, and if left untreated, it can harm friendships and relationships. In extreme cases, it could even lead to legal trouble or violence due to jealousy or overly controlling behaviors like stalking. The good news is that understanding the psychology behind obsessive love can empower you to make healthier choices in your relationships. By learning about yourself and your emotions, you can create a life filled with fun, learning, and healing. So take a deep breath, reflect on these insights, and know that you have the power to build the loving relationships you deserve. Did you find this video helpful? What are your thoughts on obsessive love? Share them with us in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to Psych2Go for more content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Have you ever found yourself trapped in a cycle of relentless thoughts about someone? Maybe it's an ex who broke your heart, or a crush who doesn't reciprocate your feelings. Whatever the case, obsessing over someone can be mentally exhausting and emotionally draining. But fear not, because there are ways to untangle yourself from this mental web and regain your peace of mind. Here are some psychology-backed strategies on how to stop obsessing over someone. Recognize the illusion. Obsession happens when we project our desires onto someone who's unavailable and over-idealize them. Realistically, you probably know only about 10% of who that person truly is. And then you fill in the rest. And it's that 90% that you're actually obsessed with. You long for someone that doesn't exist. The idea, potential, and the fantasy of what could be. And perhaps you don't even really want them. Perhaps you simply want them to want you. To break free from this illusion, reflect on what underlying needs or insecurities might be driving your obsession. Are you seeking validation, acceptance, or a sense of belonging through your fixation on this person? By gaining insight into the deeper motivations behind your behavior, you can address these needs in healthier ways, like through self-validation, building strong relationships with friends and family, or seeking professional therapy. Embrace reality. Ever caught yourself lost in a whirlwind of thoughts about that special someone, replaying conversations, or imagining future scenarios? Mindfulness can be a powerful antidote to obsessive thinking. Take some time each day to practice mindfulness meditation or activities that can help you focus on being present in the moment, like painting, journaling, running, dancing, or playing music. When intrusive thoughts about the person pop up, acknowledge them without judgment and gently guide your attention back to the present. By grounding yourself in the here and now, you can disentangle from obsessive thoughts and find peace within yourself. Do an emotional detox. When you're obsessed with someone, you probably have compulsive behaviors that reinforce and intensify the cycle of obsession. For example, stalking them on social media, rereading your conversations, and replaying imagined scenarios in your head. Just as you cleanse your body with a detox, it's essential to detoxify your mind from thoughts and emotions that no longer serve you. Start by setting boundaries for yourself. Unfollow them on social media. Stop bringing them up in conversations and limit your interactions with them. Create some distance to help you heal and find better things to fill your life with, like learning a new skill, focusing on your friends and family, or pursuing something you're passionate about. Cultivate radical self-love. When we harbor doubts about our worthiness or desirability, we may seek validation and fulfillment externally, fixating on others to fill the void within ourselves. But once we cultivate more love, acceptance, and compassion towards ourselves, we begin to recognize that our worthiness does not hinge on the approval or affection of others. Radical self-love is a powerful antidote to obsession, as it shifts our focus inward towards nurturing our own happiness and well-being. So create a self-care routine to practice daily. Practice positive affirmations or self-love and self-worth, and engage in more activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Let go of attachment. Obsessive thoughts often arise from a resistance to accepting reality as it is. Practice the art of detachment by letting go of the need to control outcomes or force closure with the person you're obsessing over. Accept that you may never get all the answers or closure you desire, and focus instead on finding peace within yourself. Embrace uncertainty as a natural part of life and trust that you have the strength to navigate whatever comes your way. Seek support. Don't hesitate to lean on your support system during this time, whether it's friends, family, or a therapist. Having someone to talk to can provide valuable insight and perspective. Their support, or even just their presence, can remind you that you don't have to overcome this struggle alone. And they can be a safe space for you to explore your feelings and discover healthier ways of relating to others. So, did you learn anything valuable from this video? Do you have any tips of your own on how to overcome an obsession? Share your insights in the comments down below. Subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on personal growth and psychology, like how to detach yourself from someone you love. Don't forget to like and share this video before you go. Thanks for watching.